Face reality, people. Movies are dead. Games are dead. Narrative? Dead.
Media is nothing but neural trigger response and viral conditioning.
Wait, what are you two talking about?
Okay. That was kind of like The Wrestler and Black Swan a bit. Like cinematically. And a little bit of the storyline, I think. Of The Last Showgirl. It's okay. It's alright. There's none of the deeper, in my opinion, deeper subtext that's in something like The Wrestler or Black Swan, but cinematically there's some similarities, I think. And one theme, which is the old being replaced with new. Right? They kind of like Pamela Anderson's character, Shelley, her character, is from a different era, and now this new era where it's either be freak athlete or raunchy sexy girl. She can't fit in there, kind of like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler, where times are changing. So I pull out my gun. Sorry, Bob Dylan. But yeah, that's part of the theme there. But they didn't go all out to, like The Wrestler did, to where it's almost like less personal in The Wrestler. This one, the story feels a lot more like a regular person's story. All right, than it does like it's one old way of thinking being usurped by a newer way of thinking, which is like I think a heavy theme in The Wrestler. It's an alright movie. Maybe didn't have enough runtime because there's like a weird character change from the daughter, where she's like, all right, sarcastic asshole, doesn't really care much about it. Like she's just chilling. Oh, I'm just a young girl. I'm going to college, or I'm about to graduate high school or college, whatever the fuck it was. I think it was college. Just living a normal life. But when she sees the show that her mom's doing, Pamela Anderson, she freaks out and she's like, "This is what you left me for?" You know, the typical abandoned kid thing. You left me for this? Like, I thought you were doing some sort of artsy fartsy show, but you're really just shaking your tits and ass. I don't know. I don't know what the daughter was. I don't know what the daughter was expecting, but either way, that was her little character turn to add some conflict into the movie, and it felt kind of shoehorned in, like kind of like a quick turnaround instead of like we get to know the daughter a little bit more, and then something actually happens that we see, maybe her direct reaction to it or something like that, and then we're like, oh, okay, now we get why she's pissed off. All right, maybe mom's under a, which they kind of went with, right? Mom's under a delusion that they're doing some sort of artsy dance show, but in reality, I guess it's like Skinamax or something. It's an ass. They're like artsy fartsy ballet or whatever. Dave Bautista in this movie plays Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, basically, which is hilarious. He just says shit like matter of factly and like very stoic, like there's no subtlety to him, type of thing. Like, yeah, we're just friends. She's like, what the fuck? What did I say? He's basically playing Drax, or maybe Drax is just Dave Bautista, how he is with acting. I don't know, or just like direct, stoic, kind of monotone delivery of things. What else? Yeah, it's like just kind of just like a all right drama movie that you know, I don't know. I'm not moved by it. It's not some crazy story. It's nothing overly interesting, other than the theme of eras and being replaced by the new era. You know, the older generation, and them feeling the weight of that, and you know, maybe what some of these dancers go through. That might be another thing there. That's interesting. But other than that, as a movie, like, it ain't Mulholland Drive, bro. Just watch that shit. I just got thrown for a fucking roller coaster, and then I watch this. It's kind of like okay, it's just a cool, smooth, mellow fucking movie that can move you a little bit emotionally, right? Or maybe a lot if you're more, you know, if it relates to you more or whatever. No, just like it's an alright movie. Um, do I recommend? Yes, I recommend, but it's not gonna blow you away. I don't think. Pause. I think it's just like it's a indie drama thing. I think that's if you know what I mean, and yeah, that if you're into that, if you just want to watch movies for the sake of watching movies, like fuck yeah, watch this thing. I think there will be a decent amount of people that will not like this movie because they won't be entertained enough. But I can watch this and be entertained and enjoy it, like a little slow, somber style indie movie, and I appreciate it. And, I don't hate it. And Pamela Anderson does a great job. She does a good job in this movie. I don't know about best actress or whatever the fuck. I don't know about that, but it was a good job for
Yeah,
sure.
Zendaya, right? Zendaya should be the best actress.
For what challengers?
Yeah.
I'd have to think because I think maybe Lily Depp Rose and Nosferatu.
Oh yeah,
But I'd have to think about it. I'd have to go over movies, and I don't even care much about awards to be honest with you. But it is what it is. I care about movies more than I care about actor performances when it comes to award shows. Because yeah, whatever. Uh, my score for this, I think I give this a 6.97. 6.97. It's just like a whatever mellow drama, mellow cool kind of drama. Some highs, some lows. I think you walk away liking some of the characters, but I don't think we get enough time with all of them except for Pamela Anderson. Everyone else, I don't think we get enough time with them to like or dislike them too much. They're kind of just there. They're just kind of just characters rotate, like revolving around Pamela Anderson's character. And she does an alright job. So you know what? There you go. Recommended 6.9, 7 out of 10. Anyone else? Grades, recommendations, comments, anything. I will take it.
No, I did. Yeah, I liked the film, but it was it was lacking a little bit in direction for me. A lot more like abstract in certain areas. Like you said with the daughter like almost took you out of the what the movie had built before the daughter started character change. The character started changing towards being confrontational.
Yeah. And we
She
did.
seemed mad, like mellow or whatever. But at the same time, you could tell like, oh, the movie needed a problem
Yeah, a
for Pam to
conflict.
solve.
I mean, but they kind of had one with, you know, the girls, the younger girls that she's working with. They're gonna start working at these more raunchy, strip clubby looking type places, and then the older one's gonna have to find new jobs, basically. All right. So that was part of her conflict. Like her company was closing down, or her show was closing down that she's on the cover of, right? Or when she's younger is
Yeah.
the fucking cover star or whatever.
Hmm.
There's that conflict, but there's also with her daughter. I think the part with the daughter is just like I don't feel like we got enough of their actual relationship, or
No, we did.
we got more of I don't know, seeing her more being like a deadbeat mom or something. If we got more of that, maybe we would be onto something like Mickey Rourke and the wrestler, right? We get him being a deadbeat at certain moments, or him, being like a hedonist and fucking around and partying and doing coke and shit like that, and right, and then you see him trying
Yeah,
to
but
get
when he
better.
performed, it was like, oh, there's this guy's a what's it called? not like a word. I don't know why I'm thinking of like a what's that shit called? The guys that make knives
Guys that
and
make knives.
the guys that like they meld iron into like swords and knives and shit.
Uh, I don't know. Metalworker.
Like in ancient times, what they call those guys?
They call him what's his name? Gendry Baratheon.
Yeah,
What did he do?
whatever. It wasn't like that. Like like he's I was just trying to a
A
word for like
smith?
yeah, wordsmith. Yeah, an ironsmith or whatever.
Yeah. I don't
Like
know.
like yeah, he was fucking around, but like when he went to work, it's like nah, there's an art to it.
Well, he had to take in the wrestler. He had to take crazier and crazier jobs because he couldn't have the appeal that he used to have as a younger wrestler. Just like Pamela Anderson, right? Like not they don't really showcase that like maybe the crazy job she's willing to do. In the wrestler they show you like okay, he'll do fucking, barbed wire, covered in blood, like whatever, like
Yeah,
all that shit. Empty gym matches, right? But because he can't pull the crowds in giant arenas anymore. Like his days have passed until maybe the end. Maybe he has like a, you know, he has that one. He has a moment, right? His last wrestling moment where his heart's about
yeah,
to explode. He's like, "Fuck it."
with his arch nemesis from his heydays.
Yeah, his one last swan song. It was just an epic movie. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
But this one didn't give that the time with all the
nah,
building up
dude,
of
no, it
characters,
didn't.
relationship, all that shit.
I'm like, I even felt the ending was rushed too.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something maybe crazy or something crazy dramatic happens and they leave us there. But they went with like she goes out with a smile, like she feels like an artist, right? At that point.
The ending feels inconsequential.
Yeah. Well, kinda, yeah. And she's still, in my eyes, for the fact that she views herself as being artistic with what she does, like that makes her that, in my opinion. Which is
Yeah.
like cool. All right, cool. It's just like a smile off ending instead of, a swan song like the wrestler, where it's just something like
Mhm.
kind of epic happening. Right? It's like, bro, he's like, you do one more match, your fucking heart's gonna explode, dude. Like, fuck it, I'm going on one last ride. Right? And he fucking jumps off the
Yeah.
top fucking ropes. Bro. You see the scar in the middle of his chest from fucking his heart fucking up. It's fucking epic. But or whatever. We're not here to review the wrestler. We probably will at some point because it's a fucking great movie.
I can't wait, bro. I can't wait.
But for this one, do you have recommendation score? Anything you
Yeah, I
want to say?
recommend. No, I had it like 7-2,
Okay.
7-1, 7-2.
Okay.
Yeah, I recommend for sure.
Fair enough. All right.
You could spend a lot worse time in your life than this.
Yeah. All right. There's our review for the last show. Last Showgirls. Last Show Girl or Girls? Last Showgirl. Starring Pamela Anderson. She does a great job, man. I have not seen her in a
She
dramatic
did it.
role ever in
Yeah,
my
she
life.
did a
She did a good job.
she did a very good job.
So kudos to
Considering,
her.
yeah,
Kudos to
it
her.
seemed it seems like she knew what the character was supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. Like kind of a mess, but a little bit ditzy, but also intelligent and savvy, but also silly and delusional in certain aspects. So she did a great fucking job, in my opinion. Um, Especially with how like quiet and like clean cut she kind of was. Like when I saw her on The View, talking about Julian Assange or whatever, and how
Yeah.
like very like regal and clean. She seemed like royalty almost talking to them, like very calm with her words, very you know structured with her words, like very elegant and graceful. And then she played like fucking maniacal type shit in this one, where she's like kind of all over the place, a little bit crazy, but really, but intelligent, little kind of sweet, like a sweetheart, but also fucked up too, you know, and it's cool. So kudos to her. But all right, there's your review for The Last Showgirl. There it is. 2025.